camera, the whole thing, and before I realized that there's no memory card in my camera because it's still in my computer. I rock. But I'm here at Walmart. I am not going to record while I'm at Walmart because I honestly hate coming to Walmart, so I just want to get in and out as quick as I can and just not have to be here for very long. It's early, or at least early for me. I don't do mornings, so I'm kind of in my PJs, and we're going to Walmart because we are out of coffee, and that's a big no-no at my house. I was going to say that I have a few ingredients to pick up for some other stuff because we are trying to avoid processed foods or pre-packaged foods as much as possible in 2019, so I need ingredients for stuff that I didn't think about getting prior to this morning, and so I have to go get them. Some of them I'll get here from Walmart, but some of them I'll get from a different grocery store here in town because I like their produce section a lot better. Here in this town, as small as it is, we have a Walmart, we have 3 Carly C IGA type stores, and we have a Food Lion, and a Hispanic grocery store called La Tropicana, which is pretty much my favorite, but some stuff is cheaper at Walmart, and we are on a pretty strict budget this month, so here I am at Walmart to get. So I did take this small video of our produce section just to kind of show you what we have available that's not totally covered in plastic, and that most of our vegetables are totally covered in plastic, and some of it's a little better at the other store that I mentioned, but some of it is pretty much like this, including salads. There's no way to buy loose lettuce pretty much anywhere in town unless you drive all the way across town. It's super annoying, but here is our quote-unquote vegan section, which, as you can see, some of it is not vegan, but it is, that's what we got. And this is a video I took of the bread section just because it always makes me sad that I have no options of buying bread without plastic, so I do try to make my own. This is our frozen vegan section, which is also very small, and some of it is actually vegetarian. Okay, so I just got back from the grocery store, and this is what we got. Just some little basic stuff, and I wanted to talk about the fact that I have beans in a plastic bag, and I also have potatoes in a plastic bag, which is not ideal, but in the town that I live in, there are no bulk options. Like I said, I can get produce sometimes without any plastic wrapping, but even that is hard, especially with like lettuce and stuff like that. But potatoes are $1.79 when you get them in a bag like this, and they are way more expensive if you buy them loose like this. So we get the bag because that's what's in our budget. As far as the dry beans go, there are no options in town for us to get bulk beans. So when we do go out into the world where we can, you know, be elsewhere and buy in bulk, we do, and we keep them in jars in our pantry. But when we have to get groceries here in town, we have to get them in bags, and it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Also, almond milk, we get this for the kids because they're not super into oat milk, but we do use oat milk that we make ourselves for cooking and for smoothies. But the kids like this. It comes in a Tetra Pak, but there are no other options. And of course, all our produce have these terrible stickers, but this is the best we can do. We take our bags, and this is what we do. Okay, I'm just jumping in here to say that the reason I showed you this and the reason I talked about the plastic and everything like that is because I wanted to show you that no one is perfect. I use the term zero waste because that is the term I started this journey with. I know people usually say like low impact or low waste, which is definitely a better term because there is no such thing as zero waste. We as humans probably will never get there. That's a crazy perfectionist idea. I think the whole reason behind zero waste, the whole purpose, is to just be aware of what you're purchasing. You know, you vote with your money 100%. I definitely believe that, and I just want you to know that you don't have to be perfect to try to make an effort. One thing I didn't film earlier because I hadn't realized that my kids had already put it in its place was our container of coffee. It's very hard for us to find coffee that doesn't come in either a plastic container or a, I don't know, those airtight plastic bricks. We can't find them. Well, we can find it in bulk, but it costs exponentially more to buy coffee in bulk. So we, because of our budget, because of where we're living, this is the coffee that we buy currently. We do try to reuse the containers when we can to store food or crayons or whatever we ended up putting in it, but this is how we buy coffee.
Yep.
I'm being bad this morning. I did not eat breakfast or make a smoothie or any of the things that I usually do for breakfast. I am literally just having a cup of coffee with cream. That's all. Almond cream, obviously. Another thing that we eat daily, or I try to remember daily, is vitamins. These are Sean's vitamins from My Kind Organics. They are super vegan, super non-GMO, and all that fun stuff. They're just awesome. And he gets 2 of those and 2 elderberry because it is flu season, so we definitely try to take elderberry every day. So
The horse.
and then Addie and Lainey also get 2 elderberry, and they get 2 of their vitamins. Addie's not a fan
Of either of them.
It's like candy.
I like little bears on the log.
but they're the kids multi, again, non-GMO. I think they're gluten-free too. I'm not 100% sure, but they are definitely vegan. And then my 2 vitamins and 2 elderberry for my women's multi. Super awesome. Look at those ingredients. It's all fruits and vegetables, guys. Look at that. That's it. That's all that's in here. It's crazy. It's delicious, and we love them. The first thing I'm making today on my list of I need to make a lot of stuff so we don't use processed stuff or prepackaged stuff is hummus. We love to put hummus in our salads or just eat it regularly, or sometimes with different dinners that we have we like to use hummus, and we like to make our own. So I'm just going to put the chickpeas in the Instant Pot for a little over an hour, and so that I can put them in the blender with the tahini and the garlic and lemon juice and make some hummus. So we are currently putting everything. I actually did blend it a little bit before I turned the camera on, but we're blending up our hummus. So we've got chickpeas and this tahini and a garlic clove, olive oil, sorry I'm trying to remember everything, olive oil, a little bit of water, juice from 1 whole lemon, and some cumin. So that's what we're blending up now. So here's our hummus. When it's all done, we put a little paprika on top and some basil, and then that will go in the refrigerator for us to use whenever. And then what's left here in the blender, that's what we're gonna eat with our salads, or what we're gonna just kind of try to get rid of today, so none of that goes to waste.
We're gonna put
The kids, I guess, are having a cup of bananas.
fruit salad.
Oh, okay. So you're making a fruit salad?
Yeah. I'm
just gonna
letting
eat a
that
bunch
thaw out so I could put that little tiny bit of our pineapple in my salad.
So that's pineapple. We usually have it frozen in the freezer for smoothies, but she said that she's going to thaw some out to put in her fruit salad. And she has some bananas. Addison is eating some sunflower seeds.
And raisins, because I'm helping.
And raisins.
Little chunks of
And that looks
Raspberry,
like
that's
raspberry.
Can I have some cashews too, or no?
I don't think we have any cashews.
We have like...
Yeah, we have some. And Delaney's gonna put some sesame seeds in her fruit salad.
And some cashew.
And Addie is also eating some of our cashews. They're raw. We usually use them to make cheese and stuff, but certain members of our family, Addison and my grandmother and my niece, seem to really like eating the raw cashews as is.
This is a healthy snack.
So they're just kind of making a whatever we find in the cabinet and in the fruit stand snack. Okay, so for lunch I am making myself a salad. I've got a bowl of mixed greens, and I am peeling an orange, and I'm gonna have to speed this up because it's gonna take me a while. I'm going to take my orange peels, I'm going to put them in this jar.
Let me get the vinegar.
No, not right now. And I'm going to put them in the freezer. So the next time I make some of my vinegar for my cleaning, right now I've got lemons and a cinnamon stick in there. But after that's done, I will use these peelings to make some more. That usually sits on top of my refrigerator for like 2 weeks before we use it.
I love when my mom gives me leftovers of what she's making.
And then I'm gonna add some sesame seeds.
I love sesame seeds.
Can you get me a fork?
Hey Mom,
What?
are we gonna keep the sifter?
Yes.
Okay.
Some pumpkin. These are just pumpkin seeds.
I don't need to use it for powdered sugar.
I gotta wash it for you.
This is just dulce, which is a sea vegetable. Kind of like seaweed, I guess.
So it's different
But it kind of looks like, well, it looks like chewing tobacco to me.
Oh.
Some hummus, a little balsamic vinegar, and then a little bit of sauerkraut, which I only recently started eating. I thought I hated it, but it turns out it's seriously one of my favorite things.
What is it?
So then after it's done, that's my lunch salad, and then I'm just gonna give it a good mix, and I'm gonna go sit down and eat it.
I think I started songwriting when I was like...
So in order to eat up some of the rest of the hummus, Sean made some little fried potato slices. And
You're ready to let that go. I should save these.
And so everybody really likes these.
Because even today going through them, I was like, oh,
It's very good. Very good.
Hi, I'm LP, and I'm gonna make some soup. Here's some of the water that I use. It comes from the faucet. You turn it off and bring it here to your little pan. Pour in your water. Turn your stove on all the way to hot. Turn it on. Flip your little water up. Turn it on. Turn it on.
So in order to try to get us from drinking so many sodas and stuff like that, which is kind of a me problem and not an everybody problem, but anyway, to get myself off of sodas so much, we are going to be making a lot more tea, which we made tea all the time anyway because, I mean, we live in North Carolina, so sweet tea is kind of a staple. but we will be making more of it this year probably. I've heard that tea bags contain plastic, which kind of sucks, but I don't know of a loose leaf way to make this much tea, because we make enough to fill this container, which is about 2 gallons at a time. So yeah, if anybody knows a loose leaf solution to gallons of sweet tea, please leave them in the comments, because I have not found one yet. Anyway, we're just making tea. Okay, so for dinner tonight we are making chili. These are kind of the ingredients that we put in our chili, minus the spices that are over there on our spice rack. We have tomato paste. I love that I can find this tomato paste in a glass jar, which is pretty cool. I don't always buy this because it is more expensive, but I do like to take the jars with us when we go bulk shopping, and we let the kids pick out a couple of little treats out of the bulk bin. They can put those in that little jar. We have 2 cans of corn, because corn is not currently in season, so buying it fresh is not an option, but it does taste better when it's fresh. Green bell peppers. Usually I like to have multiple colored peppers, but they were twice the price, so we just have green. Potatoes. This is tri-colored quinoa that we like to put in our chili. Vegetable broth, and these are kidney beans. You can't really see them because we have the amber glass jar, but they're kidney beans. And all that in my Instant Pot over there is going to be dinner tonight, and I will what you already saw us put in the chili. The only thing left to put in here is if you want, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Right now we are out, so we are not putting. We have strained tomatoes, but we don't have diced tomatoes, so there will be no tomatoes in this chili. We have to put in the tomato paste though. So, Sean. And then we just do the seasoning part. So I like to put a little turmeric in there.
Just a little bit.
2 ounces of vodka. Glug, 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 glug. But no, I never measure anything. And that's my downfall as someone who really wants to write a cookbook. I don't measure anything. And I cook by smell. And I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay, cumin, and this is kind of, you're gonna use quite a bit of cumin. Quite a bit. That's a professional measurement. Quite a bit. And then chili powder, also quite a bit of chili powder.
Oh, they don't call it. Never mind.
Alright, well, ignoring the joke that Sean was gonna tell. Little red pepper flakes. And this, you don't really want to add too much of that unless you want to make it really hot. My kids will only eat it if it's semi-hot. But then they'll put hot sauce in it. But if I make it hot, they won't eat it. And garlic powder. We eat / use a lot of garlic in this house. And then salt. Super fancy sea salt. Give it a good mix around. My dog is licking himself very
I was wondering what that sound was. I was like, you didn't even start mixing yet.
He's very loudly licking himself. From the other room, I might add. And we can hear it. So yeah, just give it a good mix around. Sorry, couldn't reach my spoon wrist. Put it on. There is, I think, a actual chili setting, but we hike it up to 30 minutes so it gets nice and simmered. And, oop, I guess he was zooming in on that so I could correct my mistake. And I'm going to put my seasonings back, and that's chili. And I'm going to make cornbread too. I guess I should tell you that this is the cornbread mix that we use. It says vegetarian, but it also has on the side, oh, sorry, wrong side. It also has on the side, like, what you could use as egg and milk substitutes, which makes this vegan when you do that. So we use almond milk or oat milk and a banana, or half a banana, sorry. But that's it. And we make cornbread like that. Okay, so now we're making crackers, because that's another big thing that we're trying to reduce in 2019 is we eat a lot of crackers. Like, a lot of crackers, between hummus and peanut butter and just eating them to eat them. One thing that no one really told me when I went vegan was that I was gonna crave crunchy stuff, and I crave crunchy stuff all the time. So we eat a lot of crackers. So in order to stop buying pre-packaged crackers, we are trying to make our own. So this is 1.5 cups of flour, some spices. I put Italian seasoning and garlic powder in ours, and then you put I think it's a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and then like a half a cup of cold water, and we're just gonna mix that up. This is my daughter's KitchenAid that she saved up all her money for a whole year and bought a couple of years ago, and she's kind enough to let me use it when I need it. So this is our first attempt at ever making our own crackers, and I'm hoping, because I decided to film our very first attempt, that I'm hoping they turn out pretty good, so we'll see. So here's what the crackers look like as they go into the oven. They are rolled as thin as I can get them. They smell really, really good. But, so here we go. About to put them in the oven at 350 for 4 to 5 minutes. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our What We Ate in a Day video. I'm sorry for the bustedness of my appearance. Me and the family are kind of dealing with some sinus issues today, so if my voice sounds a little cruddy and my face looks a little cruddy, that is why. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you super liked it, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get updated whenever I post new videos. Hopefully we will be on some sort of weekly posting schedule. I am not sure yet. You can always follow me on Instagram at LP_the Dreadhead Mermaid. And as always, y'all be good.